presented by ADT. It's a top-ranked Oklahoma Sooners against the UCLA Bruins here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon for football in Norman, Oklahoma. And here come the Sooners. Welcome, everybody. With Gary Danielson and Jack DeRuda.
This is the 11th play of this drive. They're back in second down and 7. And there they come back now with Works, number 47, breaks free to the end zone. Touchdown. Oklahoma scores. Ronaldo Works. And that's the running game that they have been looking for here. I mean, they really paved that highway for him around the right side in a 15-yard touchdown run. Boy, you give this Sooner team a running game like this, and they are going to be rough to deal with the rest of the way.
I like the Bruins had this thing pretty well defensed. He came off the left side, missed tackle right there by Boschetti, and then all of a sudden, you get Works into the end zone. Missed tackles will kill you when you're trying to play a good offensive football team.
So now for the extra point, Trey DiCarlo, left-footed kicker, and he makes it 7-0. Did you see this paving block? Number 70, Kelvin Shishon, 6'5", 303 pounds, a sophomore. Watch number 70, blow it open. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Now on first down, they set in the power I. Fake now by White. Wants to go downfield and finally does. Launch and caught at the 12-yard line. There is Mark Clayton, number 9. 43 yards. White to Clayton.
You can't cover it any better than this. UCLA is all over the play. The ball is underthrown. The free safety runs with the crossing route. The opposite corner comes over to take away the post. Both players are there. And one guy goes up and makes another play. Clayton makes the play. Matt Clark, who did not play last week, was right there, man-to-man coverage. Got to at least get that hand in front of that catch.
Clayton having a big day. 4 catches for 109 yards. So Mark Clayton, the difference for Oklahoma, making the circus catch down there for them. And you can see the average yards for the Sooners on first down. Now they're in that red zone. And White says, let's keep it in the air. Touchdown! A crossing pattern by number 4, Travis Wilson. Another one of the super soft receivers. 12 yards. And just like that, Jason White passes the Sooners back into the lead.
No pass rush again on Jason White. He looks, kind of takes his time. 3 receivers to one side. You see Wilson go clear across the formation, no one in his face. You get one of those strange defenses where you're trying to play 4 zone across the board, and if you go high and low, you have no chance to stop it without a pass rush.
Trey DiCarlo, the left-footed kicker. Matt McCoy is the holder, number 34. And there was a high fault that time, but DiCarlo still nails it. And it was this man, number 4, Travis Wilson, with the touchdown pass from Jason White, who's now 8 of 12 for 144 yards. Timeout. Back to punt again here. Antonio Perkins back deep. Perkins at the 26. Dances for a hole. Got it. 40, 45, midfield now. He's got blockers all the way. And Perkins explodes for the Sooner touchdown. 74 yards on the return. We told you he was a piece of dynamite just waiting to be lit.
Well, they lose Andre Woolfolk, and when you talk to Bobby Stoops, he said this guy may be, in the long run, a better corner. Look at this. UCLA has it covered well, but the spin move gets outside of all the pursuit, and then there's nobody left. Nobody on UCLA's back. The fullbacks, the punter, they can't run that well, and straight walks into the end zone. Excuse me. Perkins walks into the end zone.
Now DiCarlo. So the Sooners put up 3 touchdowns. running, passing, and special teams. And they lead it 21-10. Take one more look. What a spin here. Got to beat the gunner, which he does. Now darts for daylight. Picks up beautiful interference as he heads for the left side. And now he's in zone bound here in Norman. The Sooners are rolling across the plains again. And here's Cleary again, which means that Perkins awaits this punt. Runs up to the 16-yard line. Got a hold. Explodes. Going end zone. Touchdown. His second return, but there is a penalty flag at the 21-yard line. So hold on here a second. Let's let them sort it out now.
I think it's going to be celebration. I think Oklahoma had an extra guy in the field celebrating as he was running into the end zone. He had the last 50 yards by himself, Brent. Nobody was even on that side of the field from UCLA.
We have sideline warning on Oklahoma.
It counts 84 yards, and Perkins now has returned 2 punts for touchdowns. Take another look. He's a dancer in the middle of the field.
Yeah, dodge, one more dodge, and the last 50 yards is like he's running out for practice. He's got 2 guys with him, and it's a trot into the end zone. And boy, remember we said rattle him as one of the things that UCLA had to do? We know who's rattled now.
That is 4 touchdowns the Sooners have put up. What happened was UCLA just made them angry. They wouldn't have.
I think so.
The Sooners said, wait a minute, this is not supposed to happen to us. And suddenly, guess who's up by 18 as DeCarlo whacks it in. It's 28-10. Take a look at it. He has been electrifying here today in the Norman, Oklahoma sunshine.
Oftentimes when you're on a punt coverage team and you know you got a great guy, you say, I got to get down there as fast as I can. And when you beat that first wave like Perkins did, there's just no one back there to stop. Catch it, kind of jiggerbug right, go a little bit left, beat the first wave with a cutback, and basically from the 50-yard line on, there's no one from UCLA on the field. He could have ran backwards all the way. Of course, that would have caused a penalty, but he trotted in from the 50.
First time in school history that anyone has ever returned 2 punts for touchdowns in one game. Perkins, 185 yards with punt return, while the young man is running. Antonio Perkins, his show continues. He gets ready to return the second half kickoff. Already 214 punt return yards. The record, 219, set by Golden Richards. BYU. Go to the wide receivers for the Broncos. Here's the handoff to Manuel White, and the ball comes free. Scooped up by the big fella. And rumble, rumble, rumble. Here comes the heavyweight champion, Tommy Harris, to the 29-yard line. All right, Tommy.
Well, I'd like to see that smile while he was running right there. Big hit from the secondary. Just popped that paw loose. Who was it coming downhill? Was it the safety? Was it Average? Was it outside? Was it Bassey? It was. I think Eric Bassey, number 13, popped it loose. And then when you hustle, good things happen. And the big guy, I would like to pull him down.
You finally get him out of bounds. Let's meet the big fella. Down now. Remember, Harris was in earlier in the game as a tight end and blocked in a key play on their first scoring drive. Let's not forget what Tommy Harris did on that play. White end zone, caught, touchdown, Oklahoma! On a beautiful grab by Lance Donnelly, the 6'4" tight end, a 22-yard reception, and it was a beauty. A week ago against Fresno State, Donnelly his first touchdown here at Oklahoma, and folks, that was number 2.
Well, Chuck Long's the offensive coordinator right here, and I think he said, I think UCLA is going to try to stuff this play. Let's see if they can stop the short play-action pass. Perfect throw, and Chuck Long, offensive coordinator, old-time quarterback from Iowa, Detroit Lions in the NFL, calls down and says, nice touch, Jason.
DeCarlo adding that there's a great trivia question about Chuck Long. One of the few, if not the only, quarterback to ever play in 5 bowl games while he was at Iowa. After an injury, he was granted an extra year. Played a couple of Rose Bowls. Now watch Donald, folks. Breaks the daylight. Just pulls it in over the shoulder for the score. Defense got there late, didn't they? We got a timeout. Comes in now at tight end for the Bruins. Short drop deflected, picked off, hello end zone. No stopping number 13, Eric Bassey, who took the ricochet for 6.
Brandon Everidge again gets it. Those web hands on the little tick, and Bassey gets it. This guy's all over the field. This is a big-time performance by Brandon Everidge. He sneaks up inside, and he makes plays on the run game, and watch this one. Reads pass, flies out to the flat, gets the web on it, and there it is, the touchdown for his teammate. Oh, man. What a game. All-American game.
Bassey being congratulated by Venables on that Oklahoma sideline. Now DeCarlo for the extra point. And Oklahoma well on its way now to a 4th consecutive victory. Brandon Everidge, the man of the match in the second half.
Shaky.
Was really looking strange after that handoff on that situation.
Well, he does never want to see us do a game again in his career. We were there for both.
There's the quarter coming to an end now, and our presentation of college football returns after this message and word from our ABC station. The Sooner Schooner rolling in Norman, Oklahoma. Ronaldo works for their first score. Then a touchdown pass. And Everidge picks up the crowd, and then Perkins takes over. Not once, but twice. Returning punts for touchdowns. 214 yards. But the young man for UCLA, Maurice Drew, goes 91 yards. Now look, there's the old legend up there. There's Barry Switzer. Won national championships here at Oklahoma. Won a Super Bowl now with the Dallas Cowboys. At linebacker, there's no end to the talent pool that they have recruited and they are developing down here at Oklahoma.
They say Baker's going to line up in Teddy Lehman's spot next year. Is that right?
That's
and
what they say.
Antonio Perkins, one more try here.
Here we go now. Needs the 5 to tie it.
They got to hold. They got to hold up the wings. They got to hold up those guys.
Yeah, the Gunners are getting free on it. Bassey's trying to get that gunner over the right and cannot. Here he comes now. Can he get it? Perkins slips. Got it. Perkins for the record. Breaks free. Looking for the 3rd touchdown. Down the sideline. Antonio Perkins. 3 punt return touchdowns and a new NCAA record.
Get a celebration penalty. That one deserves a celebration penalty, doesn't it?
Take the penalty. A 65-yard return that time. 74, 84, and 65 for Antonio Perkins, our player of the game. And that, folks, was your mad move of the 4th quarter.
Wow.
277 punt return yards. And that's the most touchdowns scored by any player in one game. Several players had returned 2 punts for touchdowns in a game, but never has anybody taken 3 to the end zone. And Antonio Perkins lights up the sky. A little frosting down here, if you will, on the strawberry shortcake, the whistle. But it's good.
You know, you got to give Antonio Perkins credit. And he stayed patient. He stayed tough. He caught those punts with that guy right in his face the last couple times. He got hit. Remember, he caught that one. This time, depends. He trusts his blockers on the Gunners to the outside, and this time catches it with enough space and takes. That's one of the damnedest things I've seen. Being able to take 3 punt returns to the house. UCLA completely out of gas, He just, again, nearly trots into the end zone. This is one of the few times they didn't get a turnover. They get the punt, catches it, makes the first wave miss again, and there he is in the space. Kind of interesting, you get a shot of a guy running and nobody in the white, even on the picture screen.
So we came to Norman for a record-breaking performance today by Antonio Perkins. The one thing we haven't pointed out to you folks, he also is an outstanding defensive back. He's a corner here. Now, Woolfolk going to the NFL, he occupies the other side of the field defensively. He's not just a punt return specialist. He's a heck of a defensive player, being congratulated by his teammates here.
Well, we thought last year that Oklahoma's defense was one of the best 3 defenses in college football, along with Miami and Ohio State, and they're almost all